Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Mant Ice Arena in Stoughton, Wisconsin, where tonight the Oregon Panthers have traveled to take on Badger South Conference rival, the Milton Redhawks. My name is Zach Seeloff, and I'm joined in the booth, as always, by my partner, Dan Graychuk. Dan, great to be here with you tonight.
Always good to be here again, Zach.
This is definitely not the second take of this intro that we're doing because I forgot to hit the record button. So with that in mind, Dan, we've got a little bit less time than we expected. Milton, definitely not a team that's quite at the level of Oregon yet. They're brand new to hockey. I believe this is their third season, if I'm not mistaken. Still working on developing their youth program, getting talent up through that pipeline. Just the same, you never come into a game saying, just write this one off. If you're Milton, what are you telling your players? What do you want them to do in this game?
Play from whistle to whistle. I had a chance to talk to both coaches, and Coach Peroni from Milton made it very clear he wants his players to play from whistle to whistle, leave it all on the ice, and if you don't work for him as hard as you can during the game, he's going to make sure you work after the game. So this is a team that, although they are very young, 10 starting freshmen on a varsity team, which is unheard of. I mean, the youngest team we really are familiar with is Monroe, and even they have a couple sophomores and I think one or two juniors. This is a team made up mainly of youth. So it's more of a building of identity, building of character, finding a way for the team to gel and play as a unit. And that's why I think that in the next season or two, Milton's going to be a team that no one's going to want to play.
And then in reference to Oregon, for those of you who maybe haven't followed the season, unfortunately, Oregon excluded from the playoff this season. They took 3 game disqualification penalties, and under WIA rules, that means you're not allowed to participate in the postseason. So unfortunately for these seniors on Oregon, this game and then Brookfield on Saturday at home are their last 2. How do they play it right, so to speak? How do they go out on top?
This is, again, going to be about identity. How does this team want to remember their last season if you're a senior? How do they want to be portrayed in story as time goes on? And the truth is they need to avoid mental mistakes, discipline issues, and showboating. With an issue that happened here at this rink against Stoughton not too long ago, where glass got broken because of a celebration, these are things that just shouldn't happen. And what this team needs to do is realize they're down to their last 2 games, and how do they want to finish out that season? So to me, it comes down to character and identity.
All right, folks, big thanks to the Milton High School Pep Band that's here supporting their team. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the start of this game. Don't go anywhere. You're watching OCAmedia's presentation of Oregon Panthers Boys Hockey.
Your Milton Redhawks! Let's see tonight's starting lineups. For the Panthers, at defense, number 5, Carson Timberlake. At defense, number 6, Aiden Bell. At wing, number 9, Drew Reynolds. At wing, number 10, Zach Costco. At center, number 20, Colton Iron. And in goal for the Panthers, number 30, Jacob Ayers. The Panthers are coached by Tony Lyman. Now let's meet your Milton Redhawks! At defense, number 19, Storm Buck.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Seeloff and Dan Graychuck with you in the booth at the Manti Arena. Milton getting ready to take on Oregon, the last Badger South game of the season for Oregon. We know no matter what, they end up in second place. Just because of how the standings have fallen out this season, this game will not affect them. That said, anytime you get a chance to take on a conference opponent, it carries a little extra weight.
It does, because again, these are people that you're used to seeing. You play them every season, so you definitely want to go out there and make a strong statement right away. And the same goes for Milton as well. They want to kind of have a little bit of a different ending than their last game, where I believe the final was 12-0. So this is also a chance for Milton to come out and work their hardest to also make that same kind of statement.
Yeah, as you say, and looking back on this, early in the season, Milton had some trouble, and they played some good teams. They lost to DeForest 11-1 in their opener, Edgewood 13-0, Oregon 13-0. But they've started to battle back. They took La Follette East 3-2 in a victory in the 3 games ago. They dropped a heartbreaker to Monona Grove 7-6. They just tied Monroe 1-1, as you mentioned in the opener. So this is a team that's starting to find a little bit of a rhythm, and we'll see what they can do with it against the Panthers here.
And when you're filled with that many freshmen, you can see that pattern. They're getting better as time goes on, and as a coach, that's what you want to see.
Alrighty, 17 minutes per period here in the boys' game, 3 periods in regulation, and we'll see who's ahead after that. Colton Ayers taking on Nick Robinson. The initial draw is won by the Panthers. Redhawks putting some pressure on, though, and they tapped it all the way into the Oregon zone. Timberlake's pass up off the wall, gets past the point man. Ayers striding back for it. Defensively, Storm Cook has it for the Red Hawk, but Roscoe's picks off the pass at the point. Boy, the referee slips sliding to the ice. Slaps his hand down. Panthers with a good offensive opportunity. Pass to center, knocked away by Ayers. His second pass goes right through the net mouth, but no shot available for Oregon. Nice job, Ayers, to turn around with it. A blue line into center. Roscoe's has an open look, feeds in. Backhand shot from Reynolds, no good. And the puck to the rear wall. Boy, big hit on Reynolds there, delivered by Milton. They try and send it up along the near wall with 16:20 to play. Carson Timberlake works it back down, and Roscoe's will send it further as the Panthers continue to work in the Red Hawk zone. Drew Reynolds behind the cage, looking to dig it out of that far corner. Nick Robinson there for Milton, trying to continue it along with the Red Hawks. Instead held at the point. Quick shot from Rohr and a stick save from Justin Burke. Another battle in that corner. Ayers loses his footing, but gets it to Roscoe's. Feed and the deflection no good, and puck to the near side. Timberlake sends it down. He takes a hit, but Logan Conway, who delivered it, I think got the worst of it. And now the Redhawks will try to clear. Panthers get a full change. No icing the call as Tyler Damon laid a tip on it. 15:44 to go. So far, all Oregon, but they haven't generated any great scoring opportunities yet. They're getting a lot of passes through center, though, and that will certainly lead to a good chance. What a shot from Damon, low angle, and a great positional save from Justin Burke. Puck on the near wall for the Red Hawks. Carrying is Karsten Dowd. Sends it through center, and Swenson tries, but is broken up by, Tyler Damon right in center ice. That puck wrapped to the far wall. Puck still on the far wall. Damon has it again, top of the circle, trying to move around his man. Can't do it, and that puck taken by Swenson once more. Enters the zone, left wing side, looks to get a shot on. It's broken up by Mitchik, actually sort of sent on net off the deflection of Mitchik, but an easy save there for Ayers. Wind and a shot from the point off the skate of Mitchik, and the Panthers take over. 14:58 to play. That one tipped as well. No ice the call. Hustling after it is the Red Hawk defense, and they'll take it behind their own cage. Skate to the far side. Send to the point. Mitchik has it there. Mishits that shot as it was bouncing on him a little bit. Now steps up for a second chance at the point, and will rim it around. Strassman's not going to get to this one, but Gage Children pinching up from defense gets there, but it's knocked around him, and here comes the Red Hawks. No, stripped in center ice by Pat McCormick. Here comes Pat McCormick. He's around his man to the dot. His shot, though, deflected high into the safety net. Pat McCormick, a nice move through center ice on the line change, will get the faceoff.
Milton has done a really good job of clogging up things in their defensive end. Oregon's had a good time of possession, and they're moving the puck well to the outside, but we haven't seen any of those in the middle, in the slot, high-scoring chance areas come through, so great job by Milton there.
14:29 to play in this first period. The faceoff is won by Milton. They try and move it up the near side, but McCormick is there. Puck to the point now. Here's Matt Rush. Rush rifles one in. A bouncing puck. It's loose, still on the ice, and skated away by the defense of the Red Hawks off the glass. Still held at the blue line. Great one-handed work by Matt Rush of Oregon to keep that one in the zone. Skating after this is Storm Cook. Moves it along that near wall. And nice job by the Red Hawks to clear it out. Logan Conway completes the clear, and now up the right wing side. Feed in, and a glove save from Ayers.
And we're seeing kind of the same thing when Milton comes the other way. Oregon is giving them that outside, and each shot that we've seen that it's come in on airs. That one came from the far right boards. The other one came from the left, kind of a little floater. But that's where you want to keep the players with the puck off to the outside.
Zymek against Robinson, near side of the Panthers zone. Puck drops. Panthers win it over to that wall, and it's sent along. Jake Fountain trying to take it near side. Instead, the Redhawks grab it at the point, move it down, and back into the corner once more. 13:50 to play in this first period. Fountain around his man, but it's held at the point and again sent right back in. Now Matt Rush for Oregon turns this one around, gets it to Fountain near wall. We continue to battle on this near side. Fountain now shoved up against the wall, trying to move it along to McLeod. It bangs off the skate, and it's Zymek to take it. He finds an open Pat McCormick, who gives a nice feed to Fountain, who's around one man. Now looks to take a high shot. It's into the glove of Justin Burke and frozen down.
A little bit of a mental mistake there for Milton. You had two bodies going on the puck carrier. And again, when you've got one looking to take the hit, you can spread out, try and cover more of the ice there, but they still want to keep them to that outside.
13:26 to play in the first period. Still scoreless here at the Mant Arena. It will be Swenson taking on Colton Ayers in the faceoff dot. Ayers sends it over to Drew Reynolds. He tries to get another stick on it as it comes down towards the slot, but it's knocked all the way to the rear wall. Battle there from both teams. Zach Roscos comes away with it, moves it up to the point, but it's not strong enough, and a nice move by the Redhawks dumps it all the way into the Panthers zone. Timberlake able to grab it on the back check. Carson Timberlake has the pass nearly stripped from him. The Redhawks send it back down, but there's Colton Ayers. Panthers moving this one up on the near side. Drew Reynolds takes a check, and the Redhawks send it back down. Redhawks keep moving it down in the zone, holding in the Panthers zone, but they haven't been able to have a lot of possession, despite the fact that it's spent some time in the Oregon territory.
They really haven't, and part of it was really heavy. Half the team was on one side of the ice.
And here comes a 2-on-2 with Timberlake and Ayers. Timberlake to the dot, curls around, backhand shot, and a score. That one slipped under the pads, and it is Carson Timberlake striking first, 1-0 with 12:36 to play.
Timberlake comes in along that left wing, or on the left wing side, and then was able to make that power move right in front of Justin Burke and sneak that one right between his legs.
Nice job by Carson Timberlake. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that's a good power move from a defensive player that when they see the lane, they can take it. And again, Burke played that one right, just opened up a little bit too much.
Timberlake with a nice goal gets the Panthers on top 1-0 here with a little over 12 minutes to play. Initial draw is won by the Panthers after that score, and Matt Strassman will dump it into the Redhawks zone. Skating behind his own net is Wyatt Frizen. He moves that one up forward to his teammate Will Fletcher. Fletcher challenged on the wall by Arose. Arose takes it away and sends to the near wall. Strassman trying to get after this one. He does get there, continues to battle for it. Body's hitting the ice, still fighting. Now it works its way into the center of the ice, and it's Ben Blazer carrying with some speed for the Redhawks. He'll dump in, get a line change. Jacob Ayers stops it behind his net with an even 12 minutes to play. Gage Children working the breakout. He finds Tyler Damon. Damon accelerating through center ice across the blue line. Shot and a score! Damon, top of the right side circle, just snipes one into the net, and it's 2-0 Panthers.
Yeah, and that one went right off that right leg pad of Burke and just went straight up into the net. Looked almost like Burke thought he had it, and it just went off that top and in. Good positioning, just too hard and too accurate of a shot from Damon.
Tyler Damon, a sniper on the ice, can put it where he wants to. He does it there. And number 4 has the even strength goal. That makes 25 on the season for him with 9 assists as well. Panthers win the faceoff once more, send up off the wall for Matt McCormick. He tries to keep it moving as he collides hard with the referee. Zymek follows up and works this one down deep into the zone. Jake Fountain there continues to move it behind the end line. Skated away by Jacob Snow of the Redhawks. Snow tries to dangle around Zymek, and he's able to hang on. Now rims near side for Conway. Conway loses it, and McCormick puts it back down low for the Panthers. 11:28 to go in this first period. Zymek takes away. He's got the puck once more for Oregon. He'll send all the way to the point. There's Matt Rush sending one in. Deflection attempt from McCormick does not connect. And Logan Conway has it for the Redhawks. Skates past his own bench. Conway's around McLeod. He's into the slot. He's got an open look. His shot deflected at the last second by Rush. Trying to turn it back in was Nick Robinson, but the Panthers take it away. No, Robinson still fighting back, and the forecheck sends it towards the slot once more, but now McLeod will angle it out of the zone. Nice opportunity.
That was a good look for them. They forced it up the middle. He had a couple wingers on either side that was open, but he looked like he had the lane up. Took the shot, just deflected, and turned a something into nothing out of something. I can't think of what I'm saying right now.
10:43 to play as the Redhawks try to move it out of their zone. Zach Roscos denies on that far side. They'll turn it around. It's too high, though, into the safety net. We'll get the out-of-play faceoff.
Yeah, what I was trying to say is it was kind of a broken play down in their defensive zone that they were able to work it up when he saw the lane and then made it right through the middle, which is rare for Oregon to give that up. They just couldn't get a good scoring chance out of it, but that's the kind of jump I think Milton is looking to get.
Swenson versus Ayers in the far side of the Milton zone. Faceoff is won by Milton. They lift it along that far side boards, but Colton Ayers and Zach Roscoe step up, take it away. Move it to Timberlake. Timberlake feeds down to Reynolds, tries for a deflection, but it doesn't make it to the goalie. Reynolds now finds Ayers. Trying to turn this one around is Swenson again, but Roscos will hold at the point and send all the way back down. Good glove play by Storm Cook. Works it to the slot, picked off by Timberlake, but a nice poke check keeps him from getting a shot on, and the puck's into neutral ice. Carried by Milton, that's going to be offsides. Karsten Dowd a little bit too eager. His teammate Dalton Swenson hadn't yet cleared the zone. We'll get a neutral ice faceoff.
One of the problems when you're a very young team is we saw a potential 2-on-1 starting to develop, and they just couldn't get the puck there. But a lot of that is just nerves when you're a young team playing such a fast team. You're going to make those quick passes.
Damon versus Blazer in the faceoff dot. It is eventually Milton that forces it into Panthers zone with just under 10 minutes to play in this first period. Panthers up 2-0 thanks to a Timberlake and a Damon goal. And speaking of, here comes Damon, whips it hard to Laszlo. What a pass. Laszlo drops off for Damon. He's turning around the outside of the circle. Now he'll cut near side, drop for Laszlo in the far corner. Laszlo stick handles around his man. Now past the referee, looks to distribute, finds Damon, outer hashes. Pass for Laszlo bounces over his stick. Panthers still trying to get there in the person of Matt Strausman, but the puck is cleared out and into Oregon territory.
When you're a team playing with confidence like Oregon is, you see that they're willing to take time, set up their plays, look for the right kind of passes, and that's what Milton needs to do is realize they have the ability to play this team and take a little more time than they're taking.
Mitchik doing battle there. Redhawks doing a nice job to keep it on. Light shot comes in, stick save from Jacob Ayers, and now the puck to Arose on the far wall. Nice little backhanded pass to Gage Shiljan. Shiljan in a foot race here with Conway. He's got a step, drags the puck, tries to move around, shot, and a pad save. Puck still loose, swipe from Strausman, no good. And Burke able to cover it. Boy, how about Gage Shiljan just moving around there, backhand to forehand, but a great stop from Burke.
A lot of patience from Shiljan. What we saw there was he knew he had the opportunity, was able to take time, just couldn't get it into the back. And Burke lost track of that puck, and for a few seconds there, it was sitting wide open, and before he could get a big glove on it.
Panthers find Rush center point off the draw, moves it down to McCormick, and he'll rim it to the near side. Stopped up behind the net by Frizen. He continues to the near side, trying to keep it with the Redhawks. Now back to Frizen in the corner. Dangerous pass, picked off by McLeod. High slot shot, gloved and knocked out by Burke. Redhawks a nice little dipsy doodle, and Nick Robinson controls. Can't move it through the skates of McLeod, though. And it's turned around by Jake Fountain into center ice. Redhawks rifle one behind the net. Jacob Ayers will stop it up. He'll give it to Matt Rush with 8:24 to play in the first period. Rush and the Panthers lead 2-0 on top of the Milton Redhawks here at the Mantice Arena. Rush carrying from the defensive position. Backhands into center and can't quite swing on it is Pat McCormick. That puck sent out. We do have a hand up for icing. Jacob Ayers, though, stops it before the end line and then lifts it nicely off the glass to Bryce McLeod. He and Jake Fountain screaming along with Colton Ayers. Puck to the blue line, turned around by the Redhawks. Battle in center ice now. Both teams trying to establish position here. The puck remains in center ice, and now it's turned around by Swenson. Sent briefly into the Oregon zone, but back to Colton Ayers. Ayers finds Drew Reynolds. Reynolds charging. What a drag, but a great backhanded swat out by the defense of the Redhawks with 7:40 to play. They're able to send it back into neutral ice. Colton Ayers drops off for his captain, Carson Timberlake. 7:30 to play. Moves it up for Reynolds. It's off the scorer's table and coming back this way. Timberlake now moving. He's got three other teammates with him. Moves it across to Roscos. Roscos to Timberlake for the deflection. Can't lay on. Reynolds back to Timberlake. Still on that near side, working his way around. Drops off for Reynolds. Tries to distribute it in front of the net. Redhawks putting some pressure on. Battling back there, and they do turn it around. Swenson's going to step up, but getting there first is Hayden Bell. Roscos in the near corner fighting. Stripped of the puck, that time by Jace Rocha, but Bell holds it along that far wall. Sends back to Roscoe. Roscoe's got Timberlake charging in. He feeds in. There's Colton Ayers. Ayers elects to settle the shot down and find Timberlake. Timberlake back to Roscoe. Roscoe into center, but nobody gets the deflection. Colton Ayers tries to send it along. Good play at the blue line, that time by Tyler Gilbertson, and sends it in front of the penalty benches. Still controlled in center ice by the Red Hawks, but Colton Ayers is going to have a chance here. Ayers sends across to Roscoe. He loses a glove in the effort, and turning it around are the Red Hawks. They've got a possible 3-on-2. Tim Vidruck carrying on that far side, loses control of the puck. Ryan Mitchell able to poke it free and can keep it moving. Red Hawks send back into the zone, but it's Gage Shilgen that's got it. He finds Laszlo Arose. Arose top of the circle, now into the slot. Shot and a glove save from Justin Burke, deflected it wide of the cage. Damon sends through center, nearly deflected in off of Milton, but they send it down. This one will go on net with 6 minutes to play.
Yeah, Oregon is, again, so good at those precision passes, and they just know where everybody's going to be out there, so they're able to move it so well.
Puck turning around, loose here in center ice. Now Strassman able to get a hold of it. Dangles through one man, keeps fighting and keeps control. Into the slot, feed for Damon, deflects off a skate, but Damon steps up and is able to rim it far side. 5:42 to play in the first period. Puck in the far corner of the Red Hawk zone. It's controlled there by Laszlo Rose. He's trying to flip it into center. Defense not allowing it of the Red Hawks. Puck to the blue line and out into center ice. Mitchell and Shilgen play it defensively very nicely. Now move forward for Damon. Great zone entry. Slapped towards the net and covered by Justin Burke. Good defensive back check there on a killer entry by Tyler Damon.
The back check we're seeing from Milton is very impressive. They are fighting every single shift out there to try and take away time and space. The problem is Oregon is so good once they get containment, they move that puck so well.
Zymek in the faceoff dot against Nick Robinson. 5:23 to play. Puck drops, and it's going to be Bryce McLeod of the Panthers that has it. He drops in for Pat McCormick. McCormick fighting along that near wall, trying to dig that one free. Redhawks getting involved as well. Rush takes it. His shot hits. Boy, that hit Nick Robinson hard. Good shot block from the alternate captain of these Redhawks. Now puck skated away by Milton, sent along their far wall. Retain possession, try and keep it moving. Panthers align their skates against that wall. Don't let it go. Zymek controlling, and now he turns around. Tries for a wraparound chance. Feed through center. Stepping up McLeod. His shot goes wide and bangs to the rear wall. Big hit against McCormick, and here come the Redhawks the other way. Trip down, and it's still controlled by Milton. They're able to dump that one in with 4:40 to play. Panthers will fight after it behind their net. Logan Conway putting some forecheck pressure on as four of his teammates get a line change. Matt Rush controls for Oregon. He flips through center ice. It's going to be taken by Storm Cook of the Redhawks and dumped back in. Bryce McLeod intercepts that pass for Oregon, angles it off the wall, but immediately stopped up by Cook once more and sent right back into the Panther zone.
One of the problems with Oregon keeping so much time in the Milton zone is Milton isn't able to get the lines they want out rested enough.
2-on-1, Drew Reynolds in front of the net, shot and a save and a cover from Burke. Colton Ayers, Drew Reynolds, a great 2-on-1 opportunity. Burke, though, stays patient, waits, follows the puck, follows the shooter, and gets the stop.
Burke was really patient there, and that's what you need to be in net. He probably could have come out a hair more, make himself a little bit bigger, but that was a really smart setup by the defense and a great save by Burke.
We're short one Red Hawk, but here we go. It's Ben Blazer coming to the ice. And to take the faceoff will be Tyler Gilbertson. Gilbertson wins it briefly, but at the blue line, Timberlake will take and drop down for Drew Reynolds. Reynolds far side for Oregon, dangles around his man, now to the faceoff dot, takes a hit but keeps fighting. Puck on the near side, big collision there with Reynolds once more, still battling, but now this puck taken away by Colton Ayers, feed in front, shot and a score! What a lifted backhander from Zach Roscoe's for the third Panther goal.
Yeah, that's just a pretty goal. Nice backhand, able to get it bar down. Excuse me.
Excellent work by Zach Roscoe's alternate captain of these Oregon Panthers. He makes it 3-0 here with 3:46 to play in the first period.
Yeah, there wasn't much Burke could do on that. He had that post covered, but on a backhand like that, that's just going to work its way up there.
Face-off comes to the Panthers here after the goal. They move it up to Matt Strassman. Strassman through the legs, but a nice defensive effort by Jacob Snow keeps him from going deeper. Snow's pass is picked off. Now it's back to Strassman end line. Feed for Damon, broken up by the defense of the Redhawks. Strassman still controlling. His backhand is swatted away by Nick Robinson, but he continues to battle here. Matt Strassman now takes a huge hit delivered by Jace Rocha. Oh, and Damon in return delivers a big hip check against the wall. Strips the puck. He's got it behind the end line. His feed for Strassman is broken up, and now to the point. Mitchik there, whips it over to Gage Shiljan. Shiljan stepping up, now drops in low for Laszlo Arose. Arose at the outer hashes with 3:06 to play in this first period. Sends to the far point and across. Trying to get a stick on that one is Logan Conway. He's able to skate it out. Conway moves one forward. A nice hit for Logan Servin, but Servin has to hustle after it. He and Mitchik collide here, and Mitchik able to flip it forward for Strassman. Strassman can't turn on it, but Mitchik follows. Puck still trapped there on that near wall. Now Strassman carries away for Oregon. He takes a shoulder from Logan Servin. Shot coming from the high slot and a pad save. Wyatt Frizen put that one in on net for the Redhawks. Gage Shiljan now finds Strassman. Strassman, what a hit delivered by Karsten Dowd. Oh my goodness. Turned poor Matt Strassman around in center ice. Bryce McLeod coming forward now, and here comes McLeod with a 3-on-3, and it's offsides. Arose a little bit early on the entry. What a collision there at center ice.
That really was, and I think Strassman was looking for a call on that one, but the truth was that was a clean hit. It was right there at the puck, and I know he wasn't happy about it, but at the end of the day, that was just a good, smart hockey hit.
Bullseye hit by Karsten Dowd, freshman on this Milton Redhawks team with 2:20 to play. The Redhawks do control in their own zone. Putting some pressure on. Zymek gets the stolen pass. Feed into center for Fountain is instead skated out by Dalton Swenson of Milton. Comes hard off his skate. He's able to keep that one playing. McLeod battling though on that near wall, and it works further down. Now the Panthers able to send it out and into neutral ice. Briefly dumped in by Milton, but Matt Rush will control with 2 minutes to play in the first. Rush's lead pass goes beyond everyone, but no icing as it went through the skates of a Milton player. Boy, hits funny off of the Zamboni door there and moves along to the far side. Milton still carrying, looking to move this one along. Nice play with the skate there by Jacob Snow, and he's able to get it into center ice for Robinson. Robinson across to Swenson. Swenson and Robinson still battling. They're able to force it deeper into the zone as their forwards get a change. Minute 35 to play as Bryce McLeod now sends high along the glass. It's stopped up there by Pat McCormick of Oregon. Back to McLeod behind the net. Still battling for it. It's taken away by Robinson. His feed to center broken up by Zymek, and Rush now up the far wall. Still held to the point by Milton, getting an offensive opportunity. Shot into center, broken up by McLeod. Feed across to Zymek is too strong, and instead Milton sends it back around. Milton dumps it very high into the back and behind the net. Skating there is Timberlake of Oregon. He'll take it, goes for the home run pass. Instead, it's picked off by Wyatt Frizen. Frizen wanted that just timed right. He was just off. Would have been a beautiful entry, but not quite right.
Yeah, I think Robinson was just one skate over. What I'm noticing is Milton is starting to generate more of a physical game. And because of that, they're able to disrupt some of the offense that Oregon is putting together. But they're also missing offensive opportunities because they're spending too much time looking for a hit.
Less than a minute to play in this period. Oregon on top 3-0. As they backhand it through their own zone. Colton Ayers sends it into the slot, skated forward by Roscoe. Good lead pass, and he finds Drew Reynolds. Reynolds picking up speed here, drags around his man. It goes lightly on net, and Burke will cover it up with 43 seconds to go.
That was a deceptive shot, and it looks like Burke had a little bit of a hard time with it. I thought that one was going to squeak right by the middle. It looks like it hit something and ramped upwards. But again, good reaction time from Burke, and he's seen a lot of action in this period.
He sure has. 43 seconds to go. It's 3-0 Oregon in the first period. Face off near side of the Milton zone. Colton Ayers winning the draw for Oregon, sends all the way to Timberlake at the point. Now across to Reynolds, all alone, face-off dot, feed through center, nobody there to get a hand on it. Back up towards the point, instead it's turned around to Ayers. He sends one lightly, they try the deflection, no good. Roscoe's behind the net for Oregon, that back into center for Fountain, he can't get it, that's Reynolds. And now they put it forward, stripped though in center ice by Timberlake. Hayden Bell moves this one to Colton Ayers. Now back to Bell with 17 seconds to go. Panthers have one more offensive opportunity here if they can get it moving. Nice entry to Colton Ayers. Ayers, though, takes a little bit of a shot, able to keep it moving. 8 seconds to play as the puck gets down behind the end line. Dragged forward by Wyatt Frizen. Frizen tries to trap it. They send to the wall. Nice drag around by Bell. 1 second. And he's out of time. Does what he would have done if he'd had more time. Unfortunately, the clock expires for him. So the Panthers go in with a comfortable 3-0 lead. I think it's fair to say they really dominated that period, but I think it's also fair to say that Milton had some success defensively, particularly, as you said, with the physicality.
Yeah, we started to see a little different style of game from Milton there towards the latter half of that period. They were able to increase the physicality. They were able to move the puck a little bit better, get some shots on net. I think I counted 5 or 6 shots that Milton had on airs. None of them are ones that I would consider incredibly dangerous. But either way, they looked really solid on both ends of the puck towards the second half of that period.
Coming out into the second period, if you're Milton, what do you want to change or adjust about your game here?
Play the physical style you have been, while at the same time making sure you're not giving up scoring chances by doing it or losing scoring chances by doing it. The big hit we saw out here against Strassman, it was a 3-on-1 going the other way, but everybody was so distracted looking at the hit that they missed a pass, and that blew a chance for them. If you're going to make the hit, that's fine, but realize that once you're out of the play, the rest of the team has to step up.
All righty. Folks, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with the second period. You're watching OCAmedia's presentation of Oregon Panthers Boys Hockey. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Seeloff and Dan Graychuk here with you at the Mant Ice Arena. Both teams getting back to the ice after a period that was pretty much all Panthers. They lead 3-0 as we come out here for the second.
Yeah, we saw kind of what we expected. We saw a real forceful push from Oregon in the offensive side, which they were able to pretty much move with impunity through the neutral zone. Their ability to pick off passes and deal with turnovers and quick transition allowed them an awful lot of zone time. On the other side, we saw a Milton team that initially seemed like they were fighting off everything, but started to find a rhythm towards the end of that first period. Now what they need to do is not be so reactive. What they really need to make sure is that they are pushing things forward at their pace to try and generate some good offense.
All righty, another 17 minutes to play here in the second period. It will be the same starting lines that we had at the start of the first period. For the Panthers, it's Carson Timberlake, Hayden Bell, Tyson Rohrer, Drew Reynolds, and Colton Ayers. And Colton Ayers will be taking on Nick Robinson in the faceoff dot as the puck drops. It remains sort of trapped in the center circle. Now Rohrer's got a little advantage on it, sends it towards the near wall and keeps it moving into the zone. He's quickly stripped, though, by Nick Robinson back to the point where Bell will take over for Oregon and rocket it back down. 16:45 to go. Redhawks try and pinch it up along that far side. Panthers in position, though, to hold it, but now it is stripped away and moved forward briefly, but Timberlake retakes and drops back in to the Redhawk zone. Redhawks send this one down. That may be too strong. Nope, no ice the call, and Hayden Bell will pick it up in his own territory. Colton Ayers behind the Panther net. Loses track of that one. It stays on the end line, but Ayers now able to pick it back up. Drop off for Bell. Bell a nice little move forward to Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer gets out into neutral ice and now picks up some speed across the blue line. Flicks over for Reynolds. Reynolds pass into center's broken up. Now Reynolds heads to the center himself. He'll drop it off for Rohrer. Rohrer towards the slot. He's got an open look. Backhand across, but Reynolds couldn't get it there. Puck gets caught up in some water left by the Zamboni. Puck along the near side. Now for Reynolds once more. Poked away by the Redhawks up to the point where Mitchick will take it for the Panthers. Sends down hard for Rohrer. Rohrer works his way around. He's got an open look. Drops in low. Now feed across. Swing no good from Reynolds. But the Panthers still control with 15:45 to go. Colton Ayers drops it down, and it's Drew Reynolds along that rear wall. Evades a check from Nick Robinson, but Robinson's going to be able to grab this puck. It's still sliding a little loose on that water, but now Robinson's got it going. He rips it hard, but he was behind the end line, and that will be an icing call. Just a little bit of a mental error there, judging your position on the ice.
A little bit, but again, it seems like they're being more reactive, and even though they have more time and space, they seem to be forcing it. They need to take a little bit of a step back. They don't have to keep moving north. They can move south or east to west and try and generate some transition speed to get some scoring chances in on the other side.
15:30 to play in the second period. Face off in the Redhawk zone after the icing penalty. They're able to clear it all the way into Panther territory. Gage Chilton striding after it, and he'll pick it up right at the end line. Moves it around one man, now keeps going up that far wall and able to send it along, but the Redhawks are going to take over in the person of Jacob Snow. Snow's pass into center goes beyond all his teammates and all the way down. Jacob Ayers wisely skates out of his own net, drops it off for Tyler Damon, who turns it around to Mitchick near side. Panthers keep it moving, play with it in their own territory. Mitchick not able to settle that one down. but he gets back to it in time. Now stripped by Karsten Dowd. Dowd delivered that big hit on Strassman in the first period and keeps it moving in offensive zone. But now here's Tyler Damon with the strip. Nice pass and good follow from Arose. And Arose has it in center ice for Oregon. He enters left wing side, tries to dangle around. Puck into the slot, and the shot from Strassman is knocked away to the near wall. Now at the near side point, Rush moves it across. There's Tyler Damon. Face-off dot and a shot too high and into the safety net. 14:32 to play.
I think that caught the glove of Burke because it kind of redirected on the way out. So I think he got the glove up just high enough to move it. But again, we're seeing what Oregon is really good at, and that's getting it into the zone and then moving the pass. They are so creative and feel so comfortable there that it's allowing them to generate these scoring chances.
Zymek against Ben Blazer near, far side of the Red Hawk zone. Pat McCormick has it, tries a backhander. It goes all the way to the near corner. Redhawks moving it forward. Instead, Jake Fountain turns it around for Oregon. Zymek striding into that far corner to get it as the puck rims back near side. Pat McCormick for the Panthers, battling on this near wall, getting tied up. Zymek now skates it away. He's got it at the end line, turns around a couple of men to the outer hashes and sends up to Rush at the point. Rush works it back down to Zymek. It comes further down, and there's Pat McCormick. He drops off for Zymek behind the net with 14 minutes to play. Trying to center it. It goes off the skate of the defender. Still battling for it, trying to dig this one away. It's skated out by Wyatt Friesen, but sent back around. Now Pat McCormick of Oregon takes it. He skates all the way around. He's in position and sends behind the net. There's Jake Fountain in perfect spot. He rims to the point. His point man Rush is able to dive on it, but it's knocked forward. Bryce McLeod thankfully covering back on D and is able to put it back. Back into the Panthers zone, but Rush will have it. 13:33 to play. Sends a hard one into Fountain on that far side. Fountain forced to turn around. Sends it to Rush, who keeps it moving forward. But the Redhawks are offsides. Trying to get back was number 24. Unfortunately, don't have him on my roster. May have been pulled up from JV. At any rate, neutralized faceoff.
Yeah, he was just a little bit of, again, that anxiousness to get into the zone. And they're having these weird little spurts where they're playing real solid, but then kind of push the puck into an area where it's not going to generate anything for them.
Nick Robinson wins the draw for the Redhawks, sends the puck right into Panthers zone. Panthers trying to move it out on that near side. Colton Ayers combines with Tyson Rohrer. Here comes Rohrer 2-on-1. Gets around, finds Ayers. Ayers backhand shot, stick save. Rohrer's follow-up ends up on the back wall with 13:08 to play. Nice kick from Rohrer. Does find Ayers. His pass to center is knocked away by Robinson, but held at center point by Hayden Bell. Puck into the slot once more, knocked away by the Redhawks again. To the point for Bell of Oregon. He drops down, and the puck behind the net for Drew Reynolds. Reynolds curling around, looking to distribute. Good possession hold, and now skated away, this time by Jacob Snow of the Redhawks. Snow battling hard with one hand on that stick to keep it moving. Delayed offsides against Oregon, and they do complete the clear defensively for Milton. Tyson Rohrer now up the left side, moving hard, got a lot of speed, tries to tap it to himself. He does, all alone shot. What a glove stop. Oh my, what a stop from Justin Burke.
And we know that shot from Rohrer is generally very accurate, so he had to be right on. One thing I'm noticing about Burke is he stays very deep in his crease. I think he'd benefit by coming out a little bit more. Again, making himself bigger, taking out that angle.
Panthers still enjoy a 3-0 lead with 12:30 to play in the second period. Tyler Damon in the face-off dot against Swenson. Puck all the way to the point. Oregon manages to hold it in briefly. And now Damon digs it off the wall, and he'll control. He fires across hard for Strassman. Strassman can't get it, and the puck on the near side is taken by Gilbertson and sent out for the Redhawks. Back towards Gilbertson, and now Friesen moves it forward once more. Instead, Laszlo picks it up. What a swat. Oh, man, the deflection and nearly batted out of midair by Damon, but it does not go. Laszlo Arose taking a hit up against the wall as Milton tries to push this one forward. Send to the point. Mitchick's got it. Now to Damon. Off his stick, but he's able to find it once more. Send behind the net for Arose. Arose has it knocked off his tape to that near wall, but it comes back to him from Strassman. Now feed into center, stopped by the defense of the Redhawks, and a great jag from Wyatt Friesen moves this one all the way across the ice. Got a hand up? No, we're going to wash out the icing, and Gage Shilgen will take it behind his own net for Oregon. Move it up along that far side. Ryan Mitchick with 11:30 to play finds Laszlo near wall. Laszlo forced to retreat back. Good forecheck from Milton, keeping him from clearing it out of the zone. Arose reverses direction, finds Damon. Damon of Oregon now with a little bit of open space. A lead pass for Ryan Mitchick. He's able to get the touch on to avoid the icing. Behind his own net, Storm Cook sends this up near side for Will Fletcher. Fletcher loses it to a Rose of Oregon, drops back down for Damon. Damon skating behind the net. He's got Strassman right in front. Tries to feed across, can't do it. Still got possession, though. His pass lifted very high off the deflection, but it's grabbed by McCormick. McCormick rifles one in, and a good stop from Burke.
One of the interesting things that I've seen so far is Milton, although in that first period towards the second half of it really started to play more physical, they're not finishing their checks anymore. They're really skating off. When they're coming close, they kind of be pulling away. They need to be finishing their checks, so they make it there's an expense when you get along the boards, and they've got to do that with the physical play, just like that.
Panthers win the face-off with 10:48 to play. Puck in the slot here as the Panthers work on it. Drop it back down for Jake Fountain. Fountain, a nice turnaround and send up to the point for Bryce McLeod. Back to Fountain. He taps it briefly, and Ziamek will take it. He's got an open look. Feed through center, no good, but center point McLeod. McLeod, a shot from the center point, and it deflects just wide of the cage on the opposite place where goalie Burke was. Ziamek's got it once more. Feed up to McCormick. McCormick tries to drag it back. Instead, he feeds across for Fountain. Fountain looking to drag it out of his skates, and he'll send the point for Matt Rush. Rush sends one in from the point. It's deflected away, and here come the Redhawks. Skating hard with it is Storm Cook. He drops that one in with 10:10 to play, and Cook is going to go for a line change. In fact, 4 of his teammates will go for line changes as the Panthers dig it out of their own territory. Jake Fountain trying to move around the forecheck of Logan Servin. Can't do it and sends near wall. Pat McCormick there, getting pressure put on, and the Redhawks continue to force this one down. Nice job from Jace Rocha to knock it further into the Oregon zone. Matt Rush has it there, back up to McCormick once more. Pass broken up, and the Redhawks take it, trying to turn and fire is Servin. He's just wide and misses on the right side of the net. 9:37 to play. It's Matt Rush once more. Back through center, turning on Servin again, and too high. Just over the crossbar. Back into center for Servin. Drag, fire, score! Logan Servin, 3 opportunities from the slot, and finally beats Jacob Ayers. Glove side, makes it 3-1.
You could feel that building. There are times in a game where you can absolutely feel when something's going to happen, and they were able to generate it there. Good work along the boards. They were finishing their checks, good support, and they kept moving it, and they were able to take a couple turnovers and turn it into shot after shot, and then finally a goal.
Outstanding work from Logan Servin. He wears the C for a reason, and you can see why there. That is his 17th goal of the season and his 23rd point. Panthers control off the draw. Now it's Tyson Rohrer in the high slot. Now to the point, and he'll drop this one down for Colton Ayers. Ayers looks to distribute. Feed into center. Panthers can't get on it. Drew Reynolds won it. Now he's got a second chance. No good. Puck still in the slot. Rohrer's got it. Backhand. And it's stopped by Burke. Boy, the Panthers with chance after chance there just couldn't quite dig it out of the skates to get the shot they wanted.
One thing the Panthers aren't very good at is those really condensed scrums right in front of the crease. They're so used to being able to pass it, get the look they want, and fire that quick shot. When everything is condensed and jammed, they have a hard time finding the back of the net.
This faceoff is won by Milton. They send up the far wall, but Timberlake, ever steady at the point, is able to keep it in the zone. Rohrer's got it on that far wall still, tries to tap it forward. Skated away that time by Wyatt Friesen, and he goes all the way behind his net with 8:49 to play. Sends up the near wall, but the Panthers are there. Reynolds can't turn on it. Friesen has it again off the glass, but at the point is Hayden Bell. Bell to Ayers. Ayers to Reynolds. A pad save on the shot from Drew Reynolds of Oregon. Tyson Rohrer now picking up speed as he cuts to the near side. Looks to distribute, turns around. He's got a couple men on him. Can't get it past. Now he does, and it's Colton Ayers. Still working around, now up to the point for Bell. Stops it there and whips it across to Timberlake. Timberlake hustling down low as the Panthers trades positions with 8:17 to go. His feed to center is broken up by the defense. He's able to tap it back to Tyson Rohrer, and Rohrer takes over in the near corner. Rohrer takes a hit but stays with the puck. Nice work and drops it behind the net. It'll come all the way to Timberlake, though, at the changing room door. Sends that one forward. Friesen putting some pressure on. Colton Ayers there as well as Tyson Rohrer. Battling with Friesen, trying to dig this puck free. And the Redhawks able to send it near side for Storm Cook. Cook tries to move it past Hayden Bell. Can't do it. Puck still on that near wall. Bell plays it with the skate up to Tyson Rohrer with 7:47 to go. Rohr finds Bell. Bell thought about a shot, working his way into the slot. His attempted pass is deflected, but it stays in the zone. A light one comes in from Timberlake and misses the cage on the left. Now Rohr moves around a couple of men. Feed to center for Reynolds. He can't get the shot on. Take a check from one of the Milton defenders. Back for Rohr behind the net with 7:24 to play. Feeds in the center. There's Reynolds. Shot and a score. And that's what they wanted. You talked about it last play. Wide open look, and Reynolds buries it.
Yeah, and they are so good at doing that. And again, Milton did a good job of keeping everything contained to the outside. They just needed to make sure that they didn't allow him to get that pass. And we've seen it so many times where a winger is sitting right at the bottom of the circle and just finding that spot.
And that is Drew Reynolds' first goal of the season. Congratulations to the junior defenseman. Outstanding work to get his first goal here. And with 7:21 to play, he gives Oregon a 4-1 lead. Oregon, hard work on the faceoff, sends it forward. Laszlo battling for it at the point. He's able to dig it free. He's got Tyler Damon all the way down, but his pass is broken up. Comes back to a Rose. Now does find Damon behind the net. Strassman setting up in front. Feeds it to him. He tries to kick it in. That would have been a distinct kicking motion. Second chance shot is just wide. Puck skated out by Jace Rocha. Rocha's home run pass is out of everyone's reach. Jacob Ayers can't get to it. He's got to get back in the net as that icing was waved off. Mitchik, a great move behind the net to stay with this puck and move it forward. Great one touch finds Laszlo Rose, but the puck is accelerated by Jacob Snow, and he's able to turn it around. Wine shot from Damon over the top, doesn't connect. 6:40 to play. Here comes Milton. Possible 3-on-2 if they can accelerate. Logan Conway coming in. Turns around. A nice feed ahead to Servin. Servin can't grab it, and it's turned around by Oregon. Send all the way to the near wall. A changing Storm Cook fires that one into Panther territory with 6:23 to go.
That was some crisp passing from Milton coming through. They definitely looked confident and able to move the puck. They just didn't get the finish that they were hoping for on it.
Gage Shiljan enters left wing side and presses down deep behind the net. Drop in, feed for Strassman. Pad save. Puck still loose. Now knocked behind the net. Frizen moves it up the near side. Instead, it's taken by Tyler Damon of Oregon. Damon trying to work around two different men, battling for that puck. Chips it along that near wall, and stepping up from his defensive position is Rush. Rush's shot hits the outside of the net, but turning around on it is a Rose. A Rose still battling, trying to get past Storm Cook here, and he taps it up for Damon once more. Damon plays it with the back foot, now trying the wraparound. As he skates in, his send to center ends up behind the net. A Rose has got it. What a drag, and the feed for Strassman. Couldn't find him. Send through center once more. A Rose stops it up with 5:34 to go. Matt Strassman now behind the cage for Oregon, trying to distribute in center. He's got Laszlo there. Puck trap behind the net. A quick shot from Damon, no good. Flicked out to center point. Matt Rush there. Wrist shot. Deflection attempt.
No goal.
No goal. High stick. Strassman above the crossbar. We could see it. I got to give him credit. An outstanding deflection, but just a bit high. A high stick, so no goal. Immediately the referee waves it off, and we'll get the face-off in the Oregon zone.
Yeah, the eye-hand coordination for that is solid. Definitely what they want to try and do in front, but everybody kind of knew out there that stick was a little too high. But again, good effort from Oregon. Milton just needs to find a way to make some actions that get him into the neutral zone with control.
5:21 to play in the second period. Oregon ahead 4-1, and here comes Zymek. He's got Jake Fountain with him. Zymek looking for that cross-ice pass. Feeds in. There's McCormick, and McCormick's shot misses well wide. Puck to the far wall. There's a great tap by Nick Robinson. He's in a foot race with Matt Rush. Rush able to play it one-handed, but following up, his servant feed in and a score! Oh my goodness! Logan Conway to Logan Servin. What a pass and the effort from Nick Robinson in a stride-for-stride race with Matt Rush. 8, 9, and 10 combined for a score.
And that's what I was talking about. Controlled play through the neutral zone. They were able to get it. Even though they got it across the blue line and they ended up stripping the puck, it was found there by another Milton player who was able to take the shot. Rebound was right there for Logan Servin, his second of the game. Pretty work from Milton. 2
Logans and a Nick, all you need to score. Here comes Colton Ayers trying to work his way through. Instead, that one skated away by the defensive Jacob Snow for Milton. Snow looking for a clean outlet. Good job to hold. His pass to Servin is touched up, so no icing. Servin, Conway, and Robinson all following up here. That same forward line still on the ice. It's Robinson that tries to knock it into center, but instead it'll be taken by Tyson Rohr of Oregon. Rohr with a nice move at the blue line to hang on to that puck and keep it going. Now stops up in the corner, looks to feed through center. He does. It goes off the skate of Jacob Snow and on net. Good reaction play from Burke to save that one. 4:18 to play. Panthers still controlling Red Hawks territory. Colton Ayers has it trapped on the near wall. Now Hayden Bell sends one in. And wisely covering it up is Justin Burke for Milton.
It looks like Milton has found some confidence here. They're playing a little bit different, and they're finding ways to get through the neutral zone. They're increasing their physical play, which is good. They just need to make sure they don't make these errant passes that are going to nobody but Oregon.
One thing I want to say in support of both teams here, not a single penalty in this game and not even a questionable one. They have both played a very clean effort.
I wasn't going to say anything because that's like jinxing it, but absolutely good, solid, smart play from both teams.
4:10 to play. Oregon controls the draw. What a cross-ice pass, but a great breakup there by Karsten Dowd. Dowd's lead pass instead stripped by Arose of Oregon. Arose's shot is blocked by the knee of Storm Cook. You could tell he took that one hard. Strassman's got it behind the net. Drop in. Backhand from Damon and a score. You cannot leave Tyler Damon alone in front of the crease like that. He makes him pay, and it's 5-2 Panthers.
Yeah, and again, we see it from that same side, coming up on that far circle right at the bottom, those passes coming up from behind. And when that happens, they're generally going to find the back of the net. Good work from Oregon to, again, make something out of nothing, which they are so good at.
Tyler Damon just with an outstanding backhand there, and with 3:52 to play, he gives Oregon a 3-goal lead once more. Bryce McLeod lifts dangerously high off the glass. The glass is not super tall here at Mant, but he's able to keep it in the arena. Trying to turn it around, but here comes Robinson. Robinson behind the D, backhand and a good glove save from Jacob Ayers with 3:38 to go.
And Ayers is having to work a little bit harder in this period. He's seeing a lot of different types of shots coming at him, and that was another good work forward by Nick Robinson. That's just good, hard determination.
Robinson in the dot. He wins the draw to serve in of Milton. Tries to send one in now. Stepping up again is Robinson. Pokes it to the point, but McLeod's going to have it for Oregon and send it out into center ice. Jacob Snow tries to clear it past McLeod. He holds at the red line. Turning around on it. Now swiped clear. Nice job to drag it around by Logan Conway. And Milton will reset as they enter the Panthers zone with 3:15 to play. Following it up now is Nick Robinson. Matt Rush, though, for Oregon has it behind his own net. Tries the angle pass. The kick from Laszlo is no good. Great cover by Ayers. And the shot from Jace Rocha is frozen down. Boy, I said it was Laszlo. It was actually Pat McCormick tried to kick it into the slot. Unfortunately, that been picked off, and Jace Rocha gets a shot out of it.
Yeah, and Rocha's got to be a little cautious there. He was taking a couple extra whacks there when Ayers had it covered. And I am impressed to see nobody from Oregon did anything. They just skated around, made sure that their goaltender was protected.
Faceoff is won by Oregon, and they control on that near side of their own zone. Tap forward for Drew Reynolds. Reynolds at the blue line. Nice pass, and here's a 2-on-1. It's Rohrer and Ayers. Rohrer all alone. Shot and a score. Oh, man, Tyson Rohrer, we've been talking about him. I feel like he has sort of quietly become a huge contributor. And I say quietly, which seems crazy. He's got 40 points, make it 41 now. But what a score there. Just what puck handling.
It really was. And what he did was kind of a can opener move on Burke. Kind of went backhand, forehand just to open up the legs and stuffed it right in between. And again, that's the type of stuff we're used to seeing from a player like Rohrer.
Off the draw, it comes into Milton territory. They will control and try and tap it back towards the Oregon zone. Mitchik has it there with 2:41 to play in the second. Moves it forward for Damon. Damon's got Strassman across. Here he finds him. Strassman cutting in. Shot and a blocker save there from Justin Burke. Now Wyatt Frizen for Milton and moves it to the near side. Stripped by Arose. Shot and a score from Damon. Oh, Arose finds that loose puck and immediately finds Damon. Just bang, bang. Damon goes top shelf and scores again.
Yeah, that'll be a hat trick for Damon. And whenever you give a puck away right at the goal line and a team that's able to move a puck as well as Oregon is, that definitely is going to end up in the back of the neck.
7-2 Panthers now as they're opening up their lead. 5 goals with 2:21 to play. And the puck moved forward into neutral ice. Taken there by Snow. Big shot delivered by Servin. Servin dumps it in, and it's taken by Robinson. Robinson a shot and a solid blocker save from Jacob Ayers. Robinson feeds into center for Servin. Ziamek, though, able to skate it away for Oregon. Robinson stripping that one, trying to turn on it, but McLeod gets back to it. Puck on the near wall as Logan Servin battles. Now comes loose. Servin takes it away. Backhand feed, but can't get the shot on. On the near wall, now here comes McLeod. He's got a little open room. Taps it forward for Fountain and into neutral ice with 1:48 to go. Red Hawks take over. Nice job by Jacob Snow. He's around one man at the touch. Blocker save. It's in center, but knocked away and taken by Pat McCormick. 1:38 to go. He's got Fountain with him as he enters near side. McCormick's around his man and into the corner. Feed into center, and it comes instead to Matt Rush at the center point. Rush a shot in the deflection attempt. Doesn't get through. McCormick a shot and a score. Pat McCormick got the feed as the puck kind of confused in the slot, worked its way down to him, and he buries the goal.
Again, so much traffic and congestion up front. Milton's got to tie up some of those sticks when they're in low like that. But again, just good work from McCormick to stick with it and find the back of the net.
At McCormick, his second goal of the season with 1:25 to play. We've got 8-2, a 6-goal advantage. We should go to the running clock now as Colton Ayers skates away with the faceoff. Ayers drops off to Rohr. Rohr sends it back down. And the Panthers set up on offense. Hayden Bell near side, moving it down to Rohr. Back to Bell once more. Flips to Rohr near wall, and he'll cut in. He's past the defense now. Feed across to Reynolds. Reynolds a shot, and it's wide and rims hard on the near side. Hayden Bell takes it there. Back to Rohr once more. Less than a minute to play as the puck leaks out into neutral ice. Timberlake there for Oregon, moving up the far wall this time, finding Tyson Rohr as he slices through center. Rohr's around a couple of different men. He's top of the far circle. He's around another man. Low angle shot, drops it off, and now it's confused right there in front. Nobody can get on it. Backhanded chance, no good. Second chance. What a pad save from Justin Burke on the Tyson Rohr shot. He had to go pipe to pipe there. 30 seconds to play. Oregon still controls. Feed through center that time. Nobody there. Reynolds has it in the far corner. Drops off for Colton Ayers. Ayers finds Reynolds. Reynolds in the slot. Can't get a shot on. Second chance. No good. Now a third chance, and it gets wrapped out of play. Timberlake's got it, and instead it's Rohr with 14 seconds to go. Rohr takes a check, and that one backhand back up to Timberlake. Timberlake a shot. No good. But Colton Ayers has got it with 7 seconds. He finds Hayden Bell at the point. Bell tries to feed in through center. He's got it, Rohr. It's too high. Flicked it up over the cage, and the horn sounds before it hits the safety net. Panthers really asserting themselves in this period. They pick up another 5 goals, make it an 8-2 game. We saw Milton, though, showing us what they can do, particularly the forward line, 8, 9, and 10. Logan Conway, Nick Robinson, and Logan Servin.
Milton should be very happy with most of the play in that second period. And we've seen the type of play now they're capable of. Now what they have to do as they mature as players is find a way to string more of those moments together, more of those shifts together. You want to win shift after shift. And what we saw was after Oregon scored their last goal, Milton really had a good push. They pushed hard. They generated some chances down low. That's what you need to do. Build on that. And then down here, huge save from Burke, on that last shot where he had to stretch that left leg out and stopped it from going in. You build shift after shift after shift.
This is definitely one I think they can take away from, but if you're Oregon, you've got to be happy too. I think they probably came out of the first period saying, you know, we can do better than this. And in this period, they did. Their passes started connecting. They started getting a little more creative down low. They won some of those scrums that you talked about they've sometimes had trouble with. And they were able to put in 5, and that means we will have the running clock for the third period.
Yeah, they really did come out well. And one of the reasons there is they have the confidence. They have a lot of confidence out there. And when you have that, it's like everything's going slow. You're able to look around, take that extra second, move the puck in a way that's going to open everything up. And what we notice, especially from this angle, it's layers. Somebody down deep is making a pass, and maybe the next player just lets it go to the next layer, and they're the ones generating more shots. So they are very comfortable and confident, moving the puck so well.
All right, folks, we're going to take another break. We'll come back with the third period. Oregon leads 8-2 here at the Mand Ice Arena over the Milton Redhawks. Stay tuned. You're watching OCAmedia's presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the Mand Ice Arena. The Panthers have traveled here to take on the Milton Redhawks, their final Badger South Conference game of the season, and they are in a commanding position, 8-2. Because of the 6-goal advantage, we will have a running clock for the remainder of this game. And Dan, not much for Oregon to change. If you're Milton, what do you want to adjust here in this third and final period?
I think you need to find the things that gave you success, and that was finishing your checks. having physical play, good support along the boards, and finding the middle of the ice to move that puck through. Don't just dump it from the other side of the red line. Carry it a little bit further. If you don't have the look you like going forward, hook back, move it back to your defensive pair, and have them look for the lanes. They need to feel comfortable and confident in their play. It's the only way they're going to find ways to get it behind Ayers.
Absolutely. They were having some success generating offense, and it's with this forward line that we see on the ice here. Number 8, Logan Conway, number 9, Nick Robinson, and number 10, Logan Servin. We'll see if they can continue to generate pressure, but they're going against the number 1 line of Oregon, Carson Timberlake, Tyson Rohr, Zach Roscos. No slouches in their own right. So we've got 17 minutes left in this game. The Panthers are up 8-2. The puck drops, and Colton Ayers controls for Oregon. Skates it all the way to the far wall, and he'll dump in as his team gives chase. Puck behind the net. It's stopped up by Frizen of Milton. Now lost, and it's taken by Rohr. Rohr fires it back behind the net. Roscos, one-time chance from Ayers. No good. No icing the call as that was sent down by Oregon. With 16:40 to play, Hayden Bell takes it. Rims it hard to Timberlake. Timberlake moves around one man, and he's got it near wall of the Oregon zone. Taps it, a nice little lead pass, finds Tyson Rohr, and that one sent all the way in. Striding after it is Roscos, and he's going to get there first. Roscos trying to tap it back to the near wall for Rohr. Comes continuing forward, but it's Ayers that will take the loose puck. He feeds to Rohr. He's able to grab it off his own skate to the faceoff dot, feed across center, and swat it out by the Red Hawk defense. Hayden Bell and neutral ice continue to move it along. 16:11 to play in this third and final period. 8-2, the Panther lead. Drop-off pass is picked off and sent back by Storm Cook, but the Panthers quickly steal it themselves. Gage Shilgen sends one in, and his team will give chase here as Colton Ayers follows it. Storm Cook moves it along to the near wall, and it'll be taken there by Dalton Swenson. Swenson with 15:49 to play, looking for a pass. A nice move there to get himself into center ice, and now he accelerates, winds, and fires. Boy, he hits Mitchik right in the chest. I think surprised him a little bit, but the Panthers are able to turn it around. Rose has got it. Feed Damon. Deflection save. Damon can't get the second shot. Now sends one in, and that one is saved. Comes to the point for Shilgen. Mitchik at the blue line, good hold, and he sends that one back down. Grabbed out of the air by Jacob Snow, and here comes Snow for the Redhawks. Snow's backhanded pass is instead taken and fired along by Damon. Rose has it on that far wall. Boy, he stops up and lets his man go by. Evades that check very cleverly, and this puck is sent out and on end by the Redhawks. Stopped up by Ayers to dodge the icing. 15:06 to play. That puck getting caught up in a little bit of water that's still on the ice from the Zamboni cleaning, but it's Karsten Dowd that controls for the Redhawks, keeping it on that near side of the Panther zone. They send it through center. Nobody to grab it, but Jacob Snow sends it back behind the Panther net. Ryan Mitchik now takes over for Oregon, plays it with a skate and keeps it moving, trying to drag it through a little bit of excess water, and now he's got it going. Again, though, loses it and now taps into center ice. Jacob Snow there for Milton, tries a slapper. Instead, it goes right to Gage Shilgen of Oregon. Lead pass, he finds Damon all alone behind the defense shot, and a great save from Burke. Damon does not get denied on a one-on-none breakaway very often.
No, not at all, and he had all the time in the world, got the look he wanted, but Burke was right there to stop that up and keep it just a 6-goal lead.
Wyatt Frizen moves it up the near side for the Redhawks. It comes too long to Bryce McLeod of Oregon, and he finds Tyler Damon with 14:12 to play. Damon at the center line, ahead to Jake Fountain. Fountain battling for it, drops for Damon. A quick shot and a quick save from Burke, and he'll settle that one down. 14:03 to go. Actually, we'll keep running the clock.
One thing that we see, too, is Milton seems to be giving Oregon their half of the ice. When it's getting down into their defensive end, Oregon is able to move into the neutral zone almost unmolested, and that's something they've got to correct. They have to put on a huge forecheck to try and generate some opportunities.
The faceoff was controlled by the Redhawks, but it was grabbed by Oregon. McCormick tried to lift a high one into the corner, but it was too high and into the safety net. We'll get an out-of-play faceoff as a kindly fan drops it back in for the referee.
One of the things, too, I love being this close to the rink is we can hear and almost feel the strength and confidence in the passes from Oregon. You hear it and almost feel it hit that tape, and it has that unique hockey noise.
These are tape-to-tape bullets they're sending, particularly Tyler Damon. When he tries to pass to a Rose, he is not taking anything off of it. Face-off controlled by the Redhawks, and they send it all the way in to Oregon territory. No ice the call as, again, Ayers steps out of the box to play it. McLeod trying to move it forward, but it's knocked back and behind the net for Zymek of Oregon. Zymek just losing control there.
It's that one, there's another buildup of water there.
There sure is. Now sent through center. Boy, Servin tried to get it with the skate on the deflection. Couldn't do it. 12:46 to play as this one's sent right back in by Storm Cook. On the near side, it's Bryce McLeod of Oregon. He tries to pinch it to the point. He does, but Wyatt Frizen able to work it down. And now here's Logan Conway, too high over the crossbar. And the Panthers come the other way. They've got a 3-on-2. Pat McCormick works past his man. Now he's got to get to this puck, though, put it a little strong. And he digs it off that far corner. Boy, does he take a hit there. No call, but he is down. Pat McCormick in pain. Boy, he was just jacked up against the boards there. Referee stops it for an injury timeout. Able to get up to his feet, though. My word, did he take a hard hit.
He did, and I think the elbows got up a wee bit high on him, and his head kind of went into the dasher as it went across. Little surprised there wasn't a call there because that was definitely a little bit of a higher hit.
I have to admit, check from behind boarding. I think you see a player go down after a hit like that. Generally, you're going to see the hand go up, but the referees elect to let it play on. So with 12:16 to play, it's still 8-2 Panthers. And we'll have the face-off in the neutral zone. Colton Ayers will take on Dalton Swenson. Ayers able to draw it back. He finds Rohrer. Rohrer picks up speed and works his way to the dot. Now around. Shot and a save. Just barely right off that mask. And lands in the crease. Skated away by Jacob Snow. Back in for Roscos. Roscos looking to drag on it. Feeds into center. There's Ayers. Ayers drops down for Rohrer. Backhand through center again. And it's all the way to the point for Bell. What a pass to Roscos. It's broken up, though, by Snow. But can't turn on it as Dowd, and Roscos has it once more. He finds Rohrer in that near corner. Rohrer hassled every step of the way by Jacob Snow. Now Karsten Dowd stepping in as well. Colton Ayers trying to provide help for Oregon, and the puck sent all the way to the far wall. Taken there by Hayden Bell. He moves it to Colton Ayers. Ayers has got it behind the net, plays it with the skate wisely, and keeps it moving. Now up the near side to Roscos. Roscos looking to work around. He finds Rohrer. Rohrer's got it behind the net of Milton. Now skating all the way far side. He'll turn it back around for Roscos behind the cage with 11:14 to play. Roscos, nice try to pass it off that back wall. Nothing doing, though, and he's got it far side up to the point for Bell. Bell sends that one back down beneath the net, and it's Colton Ayers this time that will try and get after it. Pushing Jacob Snow up against the wall. Roscos skates it out. Oregon still trying to dig this one free, as is Milton. Turned, fired off the glass, and a nice clear from Dalton Swenson. No ice the call, as I guess Hayden Bell must have gotten a glove tip on it. With 10:47 to play, we get 5 new skaters for the Redhawks. Great backhanded pass. Here's Roscos one-on-one with Frizen. Sends it into center, but loses the edge, and it's knocked clear. What a backhanded pass there to find Roscos at the blue line.
And again, it's because they're so used to knowing where everybody is.
Rohrer's got that one on the outer edges. Damon delivers a little bit of a late whack, but the referees let it go. 10:24 to play, and the puck up for a Rose. He's striding after it now against Frizen. Nice little drag move, but Frizen able to send it back into center ice. It's poked towards the blue line, and Laszlo Rose will take it for Oregon. He comes in right in center, drags around his man, but it's poked to the near corner. 10:07 to play. Puck drop behind the net for Drew Reynolds. Reynolds sends through center. Damon there, and he scores. Damon waiting at the hash marks for that pass, and he one-times it right into the net. It's 9-2.
It looked like Will Fletcher got stuck behind the net looking to finish a check and maybe do a little pushing and shoving, and all that ended up doing was creating a huge lane. And almost every goal we've seen from Oregon has been set up the same way. Move the puck around, get it behind the net, and then move it to somebody breaking in from one of the wings. Oregon makes that look so easy.
Tyler Damon now with 4 goals in this game, and a bad cross-check from behind. A delayed penalty coming against Milton. They will give a power play to Oregon, but Oregon controls as Jacob Ayers hits the bench. We'll have 6 skaters here for the Panthers. McLeod chips this one back. Zymek trying to get there. He sends it into the safety net. And I believe it's going to be Jace Rocha that's the guilty party. We'll get the official signal here from the official. Yeah, the official signal from the official. I like that. 9:40 to play as this penalty comes up. Charging is the call officially. So Jace Rocha, 2 minutes for charging, and a power play for the Panthers, just what you do not want to give them.
No, this is a team that can, again, 5-on-5, they make that look so easy. You give them an extra man advantage, and they can capitalize very, very quickly.
Puck drops, and the Panthers trying to get control of it. Now Roscos has it up to the point for Bell. Bell center point working his way down. Roscos again. Now all the way cross ice. Good hold by the Panthers after the puck was tipped by Robinson. Oregon still controls. Minute 42 on the power play. Oh, man, Timberlake thought about the one-time wind, but instead settles it down to Ayers. And back to Timberlake at the point. Panthers still cycling it, now working in. Great shot block there by Jacob Snow. Trying to clear it out. He backhands it, and here we come. It's Logan Servin working shorthanded up the ice on Timberlake. He fires the light shot on, and will follow it to put pressure on and let his team get some new killers out here. Minute 16 on the power play, 8:55 in the game. Panthers up 9-2 as Timberlake skates it forward. Now enters in the high slot and stops up to the point. Sends it down low for Roscos. Instead it'll be Wyatt Frizen that takes it. He sends to that far side, but it's picked off by Colton Ayers of Oregon. Pass to Roscos is blocked away, but he's able to settle it down, get it to the point. Timberlake off to the opposite point for Hayden Bell. Ayers rims hard near side, coming for Roscos. He'll take it at the outer hashes. 8:27 to play, 46 seconds. Shot comes in and the deflection goes high and wide off of Drew Reynolds. Now Wyatt Frizen, a great move to get around Zach Roscos, and he's going to be able to clear this out briefly. Held by Timberlake. Timberlake moves back to Reynolds. Roscos slides in backwards on his duff. And here we come. Drew Reynolds entering the zone. Top of the near circle. Trying to move around his man. One-handed poke from Frizen. And a backhanded clear. 23 seconds left on the power play. 8 minutes left in the game. Panthers up by 7 here in the third and final period at the Mantice Arena. Hayden Bell takes it on the far side and finds a charging Jacob Fountain. Fountain moves around his man to the outer hashes. Regrabs the puck and now looks to distribute. Boy, he goes down hard as he loses an edge in that corner. And able to clear it out are the Redhawks. Both teams full strength as the penalty expires. Panthers pick it up in their own zone. It's Matt Rush moving along the near side. Pat McCormick able to tap it forward, and striding back forward is Dalton Swenson. Swenson has it deflected on net and a save. Boy, Andy Ziamek got his stick in there hard enough that he deflected a clearing attempt back towards the net. Good save from Burke.
One of the things you notice as you watch both these teams, there is not a single Panther out there who doesn't feel comfortable with the puck on their stick. You see a little bit of timidness from some of the Milton players where they get it and they just want to get rid of it. We call that the doe eyes, where they just want to move it. Oregon, on the other hand, always comfortable with the puck.
Ziamek against Swenson. Puck comes to the center point. McLeod knocks down, and here comes Fountain. Fountain trying to move around the defense. Now turns around the other way. Working his way in at the corner. It's held by McLeod. Down to Ziamek. Feed through center. Can't stop it as McCormick. Puck was bouncing, but here's Rush. Rush from the face-off dot. And Burke in position freezes it down.
And we see Ziamek. He's really trying to get in low there. They're looking to get him his first goal. He's, again, one of the face-off artists on the team. That's really where his strength is. But he's also very talented at giving a net front presence, which is one of the things that Oregon is a little anemic on.
6:20 to play as we continue to run the clock here. 9-2 the score for Oregon. Damon wins that one, sends to the point, but it's going to be grabbed by Cameron Andrews of Milton. Cameron takes one too many moves, and entering is Ben Blazer. Wanted to stop up, but couldn't quite hold it. We'll get the offsides face-off.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many of those, but it does, again, happen all the time where you just misjudge the player with the pucks, their movement coming in, that extra little move, shoots your other forward right off sides.
5:52 to play in this game. 9-2 the Oregon advantage. Damon versus Blazer in the dot. Blazer moves it into Oregon territory, but they quickly move it across and back through. Here comes Strassman. Good entry to Damon. Damon has it stripped, though, by Wyatt Frizen. Frizen stripped by Strassman. Puck to the point. Reynolds trying to grab it there for Oregon. Can't do it. Instead, it's Andrews of the Redhawks. Falls down, knocking it into the Panthers zone, but the Panthers quickly take over. Reynolds, a nice move around his man, and a great one-handed entry, a 2-on-none. Damon drops for Reynolds. Reynolds loses it, and it's knocked back to 24, cross ice to Cameron Andrews. What happened there?
Yeah, I think they were trying to do one too many passes there, and then Milton has a chance to go the other way, but they're so gassed they have to dump it and try and get a change.
Damon, I don't think going to make that mistake this time. With about 5 minutes to play, he just flies into the zone, but the puck is knocked off his tape that time by Frizen, and it's covered up by Justin Burke on the shot from the point.
Milton is getting better along the boards. They're finding ways to get skates up there to stop that puck from moving. Also good at starting to strip pucks away. So they again are finding things to build on, and that's what they need to continue to do.
4:40 to play as the clock continues to run. Colton Ayers will take on Nick Robinson in the faceoff dot. Far side of the Red Hawk zone. Nope, we're going to send Ayers out. We'll bring in Zach Roscoes. Puck drops. It comes into that far corner. Boy, Ayers takes a chop up against the wall. Puck high to the point and out. And now striding after it are the Panther defense. Jacob Ayers out of his crease, well out of his crease. Nice job to work it to the opposite side for Hayden Bell. Bell taps back for Timberlake. Timberlake drags this one forward, finds Roscoes. Roscoes moves into neutral ice, but it's knocked back in by the Red Hawks with 4:06 to play. Hayden Bell at his own end line, drags around one man, keeps that puck moving, finds Colton Ayers and Tyson Rohrer. They try and keep it going along the wall. Nick Robinson puts some pressure on and forces them to turn the other way. Timberlake stepping up, he lets it go by. Nice backhand pass by Roscoe, so I don't think Rohrer was ready, but he's able to circle back, find that puck. He's around one man, but here's Servin. Servin keeps it going forward, in for the Red Hawks, towards the slot, but Timberlake there, and he'll flip that one out. Now the Red Hawks re-enter. It's Jacob Snow now sending this one into the far corner of the Oregon zone. Timberlake stepping up and finding Roscoe, so one touch to Rohrer. Tyson Rohrer is 1-on-4. He curls back, drops for Roscoe, pokes towards the net, and Burke will just cover as Ayers was getting close.
Yeah, again, Oregon is so quick to make those fast little passes, little one touches, keep the puck moving, and that's how they're able to generate chance after chance after chance. I mean, Milton has given up 9 goals, but Burke has looked great in net. When Oregon's able to set up plays like that almost just at will, it makes it tough for any team to try and stay in it.
3 minutes to play. Rush tries a shot, and it's nearly deflected by Wyatt Friesen into his own net, but it does miss wide. Panthers still control, and it's Rush again at the point. Now he rifles this one hard along those boards and sends to the near side for Fountain. Fountain tries to get it into the corner, and stepping up is Zymek. Zymek trying to battle his way around. 2:42 to play. Rush steps up from the point position, getting some support from McCormick. Panthers look to hold it in, and McCormick's able to turn on it, send it all the way down. Friesen has it for the Red Hawks and chips back far side. McCormick, a nice job to get those skates aligned, try and hold, and now it's Rush at the point. Rush's shot is wide and comes to the near wall for Bryce McLeod. Moving it down behind the net, and Dalton Swenson sends to the far side. Again, Rush comes up. He sends another shot in, again wide, and Zymek will have it near side. Zymek skating with it, stripped from behind by Friesen. Friesen looking to send this one through. He's broken up by Fountain. Fountain sends it toward the center, but now Friesen is able to clear and into neutral ice with an even 2 minutes to play. Puck back into the Red Hawks zone. Panthers look to hold it there. Red Hawks able to move it out and move it all the way into Panther territory. They'll get a full line change here. Minute 50 to play in the game. Matt Rush behind his own cage. Sends across to McLeod. Panthers just play with it defensively behind their own net. Now bring it forward, and it's Fountain near side. Nice pass off the glass. He finds Laszlo Arose. Arose has McCormick with him as he works his way to the slot. Now drags, fires, and he hits number 19 Storm Cook right in the back and doesn't get the shot on. Now feed, one-timer, no good. Reynolds couldn't quite get the hands on. Rush pushes it cross ice for Mitchik. Back down to Arose once more. He'll drop for Reynolds behind the net. He's got McCormick in front. Reynolds all the way to the corner. Now drags around, trying to wrap it free. Taps off for Arose with 1:09 to play. Reynolds once more right behind the net. Wants to distribute in center. He does find it to McCormick, who kicks it off to Arose. Boy, McCormick takes a big high hit, as does Arose. Lots of pushing and shoving here. Arose and Rocha getting into it with one another. I think Arose took exception to that hit, but I think they're going to send them both to the box with offsetting minors and 56 seconds to play.
Yeah, and if I'm Arose, I feel the same way. There were a couple way too high shots up in there, and I can understand where frustration starts to kick in. But again, that's where that maturity starts to happen. And now we're looking. So they're going to match those up, 18 and 21.
Match up Rocha and Arose, both roughing on the call. And yeah, I'm a little bit with Laszlo on that one. He was getting decked pretty good there in the back corner. But as we always say, the retaliatory penalty will get called every time.
Yep.
Both teams have been pretty darn good in this game, so I'm not too worried. Drew Reynolds confused about the offsetting rules, but he's back on the ice now. 56 seconds to go in this game. Puck drops, and it is Reynolds that controls. Tries to drop it in for Rohrer. It bounces, though, and Friesen takes it for Milton. Friesen able to turn it around back to the far side. Reynolds stepping up there, but it's poked all the way to the point. Mitchik can't stop it. Striding after it is Cameron Andrews, but Mitchik turns nicely around and will dump it back into Red Hawks territory. Strassman putting pressure on Frizen here. Frizen elects to go the other way. Nice play by Logan Servin to keep this one going. Servin jams together, and oh boy, the puck right up here on our little bench.
I was hoping for a souvenir, get it autographed.
Me too, but unfortunately no dice. The puck drops back into the Milton bench area. And so with 18 seconds to play, we'll get the out-of-play face-off. Puck drops. Tyson Rohrer able to knock it into the Red Hawks zone. They move it across with 9 seconds to play. Find Cameron Andrews. He loses control, but the puck ahead for Servin. Servin dumps it in. Shiljan right there for Oregon and back into neutral ice. Strassman winds, fires well late. And that is how this one will end. The Panthers take home a 9-2 victory and look good doing it.
They really did. And again, they got beat pretty hard here, but the truth is they made a lot of improvements since their last game. You can see that there's a lot for them to build and feel comfortable about. They just need to start to play with a level of confidence that their play can back up, and they are looking like a team that, again, in another season or two, is going to be difficult for anybody to match up with.
Yeah, 9-2, a very different outcome from 13-0. Give Milton credit for battling much harder, much more successfully in this game. Just before we get going, 1 star from each team. Who do you like?
This one's tough, and I mean, some of the choices seem pretty obvious. I mean, if you look at Oregon, you could easily pick Damon, you could pick Rohr, you could pick McCormick. But I'm going to go with Zymek. Zymek got more ice time in this game than he has recently. We got to see a couple other different sides of his game, not just the offensive or the face-off work, but we saw him setting stuff up. And one of the reason, one play in particular I picked from him, he's a player who hasn't gotten a goal this season. And he had a chance coming down the left wing where he had an open shot, but he made the pass over where he thought there was a better shooting angle. So I got to give him credit for that. That's heads up, selfless kind of hockey play. So that's why I'm going with Zymek. And then on the other side, I'm going Nick Robinson. Robinson was just money when he moved that puck in on those times that they were generating good scoring chances. And those are the two I'm picking.
I like it. For myself, for Milton, I'm going to go with number 18, Wyatt Frizen, one of their defensemen and one of their guys who was able to get the puck clear of the zone. And that's something we've seen with a lot of teams that Oregon outclasses, is that the big thing is they can't generate a rush up the ice. Wyatt Frizen was doing a job for them, trying to get them going, get it cleared out from beneath the net and back into neutral territory. And then for the Panthers, I'm going to go with Drew Reynolds. Drew Reynolds has been a solid contributor, off the bench kind of guy for Oregon all season. He finally gets his first goal. It's a real nice one. Looked good all game. Just had a really solid game all the way around, all 3 periods. And those are my 2 picks.
Absolutely. I thought those were great picks. Again, you saw a lot of different aspects of each player on each team, and again, each team should be very happy with how they played this game.
All right, folks, this was our penultimate game for the Panthers. Their last game is Saturday at 2 p.m. at the Oregon Ice Arena. They will take on visitors Brookfield. Make sure you come out, cheer them on live. Make sure you check us out on OCAmedia. Watch through their whole back catalog so you're ready for what that game means. For our double camera operators that we had tonight, and for my partner Dan Graychuk, my name is Zach Seeloff saying so long, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody.